Liam's bladder felt like a water balloon about to burst. He stumbled out of bed, his eyes blurry with sleep. The digital clock on his nightstand glowed an evil 3:17 a.m. Why, oh, why did I drink all that juice? He mumbled to himself as he padded down the hallway. The bathroom light seemed blindingly bright. Liam relieved himself with a sigh, the quiet gurgle of the toilet echoing in the stillness. As he washed his hands, he caught a glimpse of his reflection in the mirror. His hair stuck out at odd angles, and his eyes were wide and startled. A strange noise from outside made him jump. It sounded like whispering? And was that a flashing red light he saw through the window? Curiosity piqued, Liam crept back down the hallway towards his bedroom window. He peeked cautiously around the edge of the curtain. What he saw made his jaw drop open in astonishment. The front yard was swarming with men in black suits. They had earpieces and stern expressions, and they were talking into their sleeves like something out of a spy movie. Parked haphazardly on the lawn were 3 black SUVs, their lights flashing silently. Liam's heart pounded in his chest. What were all those people doing here? Were they looking for him? Before he could process what was happening, a loud banging on the front door jolted him back to reality. He heard his grandma's muffled voice downstairs.
"What on earth is all this commotion?" she demanded, her voice shaking with confusion.
Liam raced to his bedroom door, his mind racing even faster. He had to warn her. But what was he supposed to say?
"Hey, Grandma. It seems the FBI is here for me, but I have no idea why."
Suddenly, a hand clamped over Liam's mouth, stifling his gasp. He found himself staring into his grandma's surprisingly bright eyes. She was no ordinary grandma. Oh no, she was something else entirely.
"Don't say a word," she whispered, her breath tickling his ear. "We have to go, now!"
She pulled him towards a large, shadowy shape in the corner of the room. As they got closer, Liam realized with a jolt what it was. A cardboard box. But not just any box. This one hummed with a strange energy. Wires and gadgets sprouted from its sides, and a faint smell of ozone hung in the air.
"Grandma, what is that?" Liam stammered, his voice a mixture of awe and terror. "It's our ticket out of here," she replied, her voice firm. "It's a time machine, Liam, and we're leaving right now."
The air crackled and popped. Liam felt a dizzying lurch in his stomach as the cardboard box shuddered violently. Then, just as quickly as it began, it stopped. Liam peeked cautiously out of a hole in the box. He gasped. Gone was his bedroom, replaced by the most incredible sight he had ever seen. Swirling masses of color and light danced before his eyes. Giant rings made of ice and rock stretched out in a breathtaking arc.
"Welcome to Saturn, Liam," his grandma said, her voice filled with wonder. "I've always wanted to see this."
Liam couldn't believe his eyes. He was actually orbiting Saturn. He reached out to touch the rings, his fingers tingling with anticipation.
"Don't even think about it," Grandma warned, pulling his hand back. "Those things are sharper than they look."
Disappointed, Liam settled back into the box. The cardboard box whirred and sputtered, depositing them with a gentle thud in what looked like Liam's bedroom? But something was different. The posters on the walls were older, and his toys were arranged differently.
Then he saw him. A younger Liam, no older than 7, sat on the floor, engrossed in a book. The book? Liam's blood ran cold. It was the very same book he had written, the one that had caused all this trouble in the first place.
"What's going on?" young Liam asked, his eyes wide with alarm. "Who are you?" Liam hesitated, unsure how to explain. How do you tell your past self that you're from the future, and that a book you haven't even finished writing yet will one day make you a fugitive?
Before he could figure out what to say, his grandma intervened. "Don't worry, dear," she said, her voice kind. "We just need to borrow something. Won't take but a minute." She winked at Liam, her eyes twinkling mischievously.
Liam's book, The Time-Traveling Hamster and the Secret of the Missing Socks, had become an overnight sensation. People couldn't get enough of Humphrey the hamster and his daring adventures through time. Little did Liam know, his words had sparked a global phenomenon.
Governments were in turmoil, convinced Liam possessed real-life knowledge of time travel. Scientists were baffled by the scientific accuracy of Humphrey's adventures, despite the fact that Liam had made it all up. And the world was in chaos, as everyone tried to get their hands on a copy of his book.
"It's all my fault," Liam muttered, staring out the window of the cardboard box at the pandemonium below. "I just wanted to write a good story." His grandma patted his hand reassuringly. "Don't worry, dear," she said. "We'll figure something out. We always do." As black SUVs and police cars surrounded their cardboard box, Liam thought it was over. He braced himself for capture, his heart pounding in his ears. Suddenly, a booming voice echoed through the air.
"Stand back! This boy and his grandma are under my protection." Liam's jaw dropped. Standing on top of the cardboard box wearing a tiny police hat was a bulldog. And not just any bulldog, but a talking bulldog.
"Sparky!" Liam exclaimed, recognizing his neighbor's dog. Sparky winked, his jowls flapping as he spoke.
Don't underestimate the power of a talking bulldog, kid. Now hold on tight. Things are about to get bumpy. With a mighty bark, Sparky leapt from the box, landing squarely on the hood of the nearest police car. The startled officers scrambled back as Sparky in his booming voice began reciting passages from Liam's book.
"Hold on, Liam," Grandma yelled, slamming her foot on the gas pedal. The cardboard box, miraculously transformed into a makeshift go-kart, lurched forward with a roar. They weaved through traffic, narrowly avoiding collisions with startled pedestrians and honking cars.
Liam held on for dear life as his grandma, her face a mask of fierce determination, navigated the chaotic streets with surprising skill. Behind them, sirens wailed as police cars and black SUVs gave chase. The air vibrated with the sound of screeching tires and blaring horns.
Liam couldn't help but laugh, a mixture of fear and exhilaration bubbling up inside him. This was insane. This was impossible. This was actually kind of fun.